Welcome back, everybody, to the Rockies franchise on MLB The Show 21. I wanted to play all 5 games to start the season this year, so I could get to play with all 5 starting pitchers. And we have quite the matchup today. We'll see Austin Gomber for the Rockies, and we're going up against our nemesis in this series. He's had our number from day one, Zach Gallen. I have not hit well against him at any point in this series, and we've seen him a lot. First inning here of the ball game, it is a drive from Brandon Nimmo, deep right center, but that is going to stay in the yard. Now, we did play Gallen back in spring training, and Rafael Devers did hit a homer off of him, but does not do so here in the first. He grounds out. It's a 1-2-3 start. This year, the 5th starter is Austin Gomber, and I want to say he was back in Season 1 as well, but he was the best option coming out of spring training where he pitched very well. Here's his first start of the year. We start off with a ground ball to short from Jonathan VR. Quick out there. Number 2 hitter, it's Whit Merrifield, who's really struggling to begin the season. A strike on the outside, then a strike inside, followed by another weak ground ball hit to second base. Gomber is really a pitch-to-contact ground ball pitcher. Carlos Correa, another ground ball hit to Rafael Devers. 3 ground outs in the first. We will take that. Let's go to the second inning. Trey Turner, hitting just 143 so far, tries to put down a bunt with his great speed, but Diamondbacks ready for it. They play that third baseman in. That'll bring up Ty France, and that is a rare miss from Gallen. France can't take advantage, and Gallen comes back to strike him out and end the second. Let's go to Gomber's second inning. Now Ketel Marte, 1-2, and the slider picks up strike 3. Over his career, Gomber has been about a 7 strikeout per 9 pitcher. And with 2 down, Christian Walker belts an extra base hit to left center field, trying to make up for his error in the last episode that helped us score a big win. He's at second base for Josh Rojas, who puts it on the ground, and Gomber starts his day with a pair of zeros. Third inning, Johnny Shafer facing Zach Gallen, 2-2, looking at the curveball on the outside for strike 3. Second strikeout for Gallen. Garrett Hampson making his first start of the season in the place of Brendan Rodgers. 3-2, and that could have been strike 3, but don't often see that one called. Gomber up, pulls back the bunt as Hampson steals second base. And now we really want to get the bunt down, and Gomber does so very well. Hampson up to third. Just trying to get on the scoreboard. You know you're probably not scoring much against Zach Gallen. Brandon Nimmo almost won the batting title a year ago. He just needs a hit, and he won't chase the curveball in the dirt. Runners at the corners for Brian Reynolds. One of the only Rockies hitting above 300 to this point, and he goes after the first pitch curveball, grounds it to third, and Gallen keeps us off the scoreboard. Bottom 3. Jonathan VR up once again as Gomber able to get ahead in the count. And he gets strike 3 looking on a curveball up. VR clearly not looking curveball there. And then Whit Merrifield, another weak ground ball. Arizona not hitting anything to the outfield in the first 3 innings as there wasn't a lot of offense. Top of the 4th now, David Geronimo facing Gallen, and this one sent to center. Ketel Marte doesn't have to move much, and that's the second out. With 2 down, Trey Turner up again. No bunt this time as this count runs full. The 3-2 in the air to right field, a bit late on the swing, and an easy fly out. 4 zeros to get underway for Gallen. Austin Gomber trying to match him as he hits the inside corner with a curveball, comes back to the changeup, gets ahead of Carlos Correa, and with 2 strikes, he goes up and in with the fastball. What an at-bat there for Austin Gomber. Picks up his 3rd strikeout, and then gets ahead 0-2 to Ketel Marte. but he missed. Left over the middle, launch to left, Geronimo back, and it's gone. Diamondbacks on the board. There's a fair amount of power at the top of this order. You gotta be careful. And with Gomber, I've seen him miss with this curveball over the plate far too often. He's got to work on his control with that pitch. Following the homer, a drive from Seth Beer. And I swear, every time we play against this guy, he's just ripping extra base hits into the alley over and over again. He moves to third base. Now you get the lefty-lefty matchup. Josh Rojas falls behind. Gomber trying to get him to chase. Not using that curveball. This count runs full. And a fly ball again to right center. Into the gap. Nimmo puts it away. But Arizona gets on the board first. It's 1-0. Johnny Shafer faces Gallen again and looks at strike 3 for the second time. The way Gallen mixes his pitches, I end up looking at a lot of pitches I normally wouldn't. He's just able to keep you so off balance. Does a really good job with his fastball and that circle change that feels unhittable. Bottom 5, another strikeout picked up by Gomber. Going to that slider below the knees. Then facing Gallen. You usually don't have to worry about these at-bats a ton, but suddenly Gomber just can't find the strike zone. He walks him on 4 pitches. 2 batters later, Whit Merrifield. Looking at the curveball, that's in a better location. Then Merrifield ahead. This is fouled off. Another 0-2. Gomber gets him to chase. Another slider, this time in the dirt. 5 pretty good innings for Gomber with a good pitch count. But I still felt like pulling him here and pinch hitting for him was the right call. To the 6th inning, we do not have a hit. Dom Thompson-Williams off the bench, the rookie trying to change that. And he looks at the circle change off the plate. Another full count. And a ground ball to the right side. He's out. 73 pitches in for Gallen. We haven't gotten a hit off of him, and Nimmo nearly tied the game. But he's a little out in front. 2-1. Another breaking ball down the line, played by Walker for the second out. That brings up Ryan Reynolds. He gets up 2-0 and pounds another one into the ground. A no-hitter for Zach Gallen through 6. Meanwhile, we move to our bullpen, and if we were an American League team, I would have kept Gomber out there, but you just have to make some more tough decisions here in the National League. Michael Gibbons facing Correa. There's strike 3, chasing the slider. Following that at-bat, Michael Gibbons started to lose his control and walk 2 batters, and what you're seeing here is actually just the raw recording footage. I lost a couple of minutes here, and this is the second recording in a row where I've had like the artifacts there and just glitched footage, some lost frames, and I may have to get a new capture card. It's the same one I've had for like 6 years, but the rest of the video played out fine. Dallas Keuchel came in, ended the inning, still 1-0, but the big concern is that we just don't have any offense against Zach Gallen. Rafael Devers. He homered off Gallen in the spring. There's the circle change. That is unhittable. 3-2. Drilled to center. Right at Marte for the first out. The best hit ball of the day to this point. Next, it's Geronimo, and that almost hit him. 3-2 to the Rookie of the Year. Missing inside, Geronimo walks. To Trey Turner. 0 for 2 on the day, and Gallen still painting the corners, that time with the fastball. 1-2, missing up high, but a good 2-strike pitch. Again, fouled off the curve. Another 2-2. Up and in, he got him with the changeup. Strike 3. 100 pitches into the day, it doesn't feel like he's losing much, other than maybe a little fastball velocity. Ty France out in front. Easy ground ball to third base. And we go to the 7th. They are not taking Gallen out. They want him to get this no-hitter. And for the second time in the game, he draws a walk. Dallas Keuchel still in the game. Full count to Jonathan VR. Another walk. We've got to go to the bullpen. Scott Oberg is out. 2 on. Now falling behind Whit Merrifield. We got to get things under control. 3-1, popped him up. Big infield fly here for the Rockies. 2 down. That brings up Carlos Correa. And now Oberg able to get ahead 0-2. And Correa strikes out again. He's just not hitting well against us. And we head into the 8th inning. Gallen, 107 pitches into his day. The no-hitter still intact and 5 outs to go. Garrett Hampson up at the plate. Out in front, shallow fly, caught by Correa. 2 down. Brendan Rodgers comes off the bench. Fastball in there for strike 1. Up at the corner, strike 2 again. And the 0-2 fastball gets strike 3. At this point, I don't think I had any confidence at the plate. And I just didn't even know what I was doing anymore. No hitter going into the 9th for the Diamondbacks, hoping for a little insurance here. Taylor Rogers out of the bullpen, trying to keep the game close. Routine grounder over to Trey Turner. Couple batters later, Christian Walker with a runner on first. And another strike 3 on a low slider. We take this 1-0 deficit into the 9th, where the Diamondbacks do pull Zach Gallen after over 100 pitches. Alex Young comes in to try and complete the no-hitter. Lefty-lefty versus Brandon Nimmo. He's jammed a bit. Inside-out swing to left field. 1 down. So Gallen doesn't get a chance to complete the no-hitter, but he did have 113 pitches, and it's the 2nd start of the year as well. Brian Reynolds fouls off a cutter, one of the most hittable pitches of the night. And he strikes out on the changeup. 2 down, 1 out away for the Diamondbacks, and now they've got to get Rafael Devers one more time. On the ground, over to short, and this game is over. The Rockies have been no-hit. The Diamondbacks did it. If I told you that at some point this year we were going to be no-hit, I think you'd all be able to predict which pitcher did it. We've known for a while that Zach Gallen is the most challenging pitcher that we've faced, and I've never had a good game against him to my memory. I think Zach Gallen's in my head. The Rockies are no-hit. I got really frustrated in this game by about the 6th, 7th inning because, like, his fastball on its own isn't, like, dynamic. It's not going to blow you away. It's not even, like, upper 90s. But just the way he uses the fastball in conjunction with the circle change, and then, like, 10-15% of the time you're going to see, like, that cutter out of nowhere. Timing everything up was impossible. Zach Gallen wins again against us. I'm sure we'll see him again soon. Let's go to the next game, trying to win our first series of the season. How do you follow up being no-hit? Rafael Devers at the plate facing Madison Bumgarner. That's off the plate, ball 4. You'll notice Devers' average here is just 118. He's hit a couple home runs this year and not much else. David Geronimo at the plate with a ground ball to third base, and that ends the inning. Rockies are still not able to find a hit. Let's go to the 3rd. Runner on 2nd. Devers with a drive to right center. That's more like it. He can't cut it off. That's extra bases. Devers drives in a run. There's some offense for Colorado, at least a little bit. Got to put the no-hitter behind us. Geronimo at the plate. It's a base hit to right field. Devers held up at third base. Brandon Nimmo trying to give us the lead. And he walks on 5 pitches. They're juiced. How about Johnny Shafer with the chance to deliver some real offense for Colorado? 1-2. Bumgarner strikes him out. The old veteran tops the rookie there. Let's take it to the 4th. Runners at the corners this time for Rafael Devers. And Bumgarner challenges him upstairs with the fastball. It's lifted to left, and Devers is out again. We head to the 5th inning. Colorado does pull ahead, 2-1. And the Diamondbacks laid down a bunt. Here's Devers charging. Throw to first. Pulls France off the bag. And I'm a bit surprised they gave him the error there, as I think he would have been safe regardless. So in the 6th inning, Devers up at the plate once again. He's walked for the 2nd time in the game. 2 down, David Geronimo at the plate. There's a fly ball hit to left center field. Down for a hit. Devers to 2nd. That brings up Nimmo here, batting 5th for some reason. Lifted to left, and this time it does not fall. Another low-scoring game where Arizona is able to take the lead late, trying to add on a little bit more. It's 3-2, 2 on, 2 down. Corbin Carroll with a ground ball, and Devers with another chance, and a perfect throw this time. But we're trying to avoid our 2nd loss series to open the season. Alex Young completed the no-hitter. Now he's looking for the save on back-to-back days. He starts off against David Geronimo, and there's a ground ball to the right side, and some issues with it as Geronimo beats the throw. Whit Merrifield really just not playing good baseball. Next up, Brandon Nimmo puts down the bunt right down the first base line. Nice throw by Josh Van Meter. Geronimo up to 2nd. Here's Ty France. And he belts the first pitch to left field. This ball's back, and it is gone! Ty France gives Colorado a 9th inning lead. The save is blown by Alex Young, and the Rockies have a chance to take this series. I know this offense has what it takes. We need more timely hitting like this. The game of baseball just puts so many players into these key situations, and Ty France comes through. He hit 16 home runs for us last season. Here's one of his biggest as a member of the Rockies. 4-3 Colorado, and Taylor Rogers now gets the save opportunity. It's only his first since opening day. Facing Tim LeCastro with one away, and this is hit to center field. Back goes Reynolds, and he'll make the catch on the run. 2 down. It comes down to Cesar Hernandez. First pitch, ground ball, right back up the middle, base hit, tying run aboard. And a chance now for Whit Merrifield, who's had his struggles. Merrifield jammed, popped up in the shallow center, and this game is over. The Rockies do take 2 of 3 against the Diamondbacks and bounce back from their no-hitter to get a win. Nice finish here. Big home run by Ty France. Love to see players come through in those big moments. So it's a 3-3 start to the season. We've played through 5 of these 6 games completely. And we will start to speed things along as we now play our first series of the year against the Padres. We put up 12 runs, our best of the season in the first game, but dropped the second and now look to take a series against the Padres. 4-4 coming into this game. The rain is falling. And this was a player lock game with David Geronimo facing Mike Clevenger. No score, 2-2 count, and that hit him. Just a bit inside there as Geronimo heads to first, and here's Trey Turner. Still hasn't really brought a ton of offense to the team, but he does draw the walk. Maybe a chance for Ty France to continue his hot start against his former team. That's on the ground. Good play by Hosmer as he gets to the bag at first. Let's take this to the 5th inning. Runner on first for Geronimo, hitting .214 coming into this at-bat. And he's going after the first pitch. He's out in front. It's hit deep to left, almost to the warning track. That's really not a good swing, but Geronimo gives you a lot of room for error. He's out in front again. This pitch wasn't even a strike, but it's going to land in left center field. We'll take what we can get. Base hit David Geronimo. And for some reason, the game loves to pinch hit for him, or pinch run, despite above average speed. So Trey Turner at the plate. He's a little late on this swing, and he flies out to right. Ty France challenged up and in. That's strike 2. There goes Hampson. In the air to left center, but a bit underneath it. Got a pitch to drive, but France pops out. That brings up Johnny Shafer. He hit a couple home runs in this series. Looks like he was part of that 12-run game we had in the first one. Fouling off a slider. You don't want to leave that pitch up there. 3-2, he gets one right down the middle, but he's underneath it just like France, and the Rockies are unable to come through. Tied at 1 going into the 9th. Dallas Keuchel in the game, popped up to second base, easy. Eric Hosmer at the plate. There's a fastball finding the corner, and Hosmer grounds it to short. I like what I've seen so far this season from Dallas Keuchel, other than the random homers. 2-0, Manny Machado taps this one for Shafer. We're going bottom 9 with a chance to walk off winners and take another division series. Brendan Rodgers leads off, facing Will Smith, the lefty. Breaking ball left up, and Rodgers flies to right. Easy catch. Top of the order with 2 away. Brandon Nimmo gets a slider. He lifts this to left field, or right field rather. And it's an easy play as we go to extra innings. We will go to Scott Oberg once again. Fernando Tatis Jr. at the plate. Trying to find the strike zone, but I'm okay with a walk here against him. 2 on for Alex Dickerson. He puts down a bunt. And I thought maybe I could get the out at second. Getting too greedy there. Can probably get the out at first. So we get nothing. And Trent Grisham flies deep to left. And we're not going to be able to do much with this. Throw comes into third. Tatis is in. As they do credit an error here that I wasn't expecting. Austin Nola with 2 on. And Oberg gets a big pop-up for out number 2. Trying to limit San Diego to just the 1. Out in front, Jorge Mateo has this count go full. And he's jammed. Popped up for the first baseman, and that will take us to the bottom of the 10th. Rockies need at least 1. Rafael Devers is not getting a chance. He's walked to first base. 1 down here for Garrett Hampson. And we know he struggled in this series, and he might be traded at some point. He just hasn't produced much, but he's put into a big spot here. Fouls off the curve. He falls behind. Lined into left. It's down for a hit. Some issues with it, and Nimmo's waved around. Coming home to tie the game at 2. Hampson comes through. One of his biggest moments in a long time at the big league level. Now we have a chance to win it. Trey Turner, skyball left field. Deep, but not deep enough. We got some really good pitches to work with, but just got way too far underneath it. Ty France. Does he come through again? 1-0. Breaking ball drilled to center. But again, just doesn't get all of it. Padres send us to the 11th inning. We go to Alex Colomé out of the bullpen. Jurickson Profar leads off. Little ground ball here to Devers. Runner at second stays put as Francis pulled off the bag. Bad throw by Devers. 2 on. Ha-Sung Kim looks to put down a bunt. Devers ready for it. We get the sure thing at first. Eric Hosmer up next. Good take with 2 strikes. This count goes full. And that's an easy take. Bases loaded. Manny Machado. Change up at the knees. Colomé able to get ahead. Runners take off. Machado puts down a bunt, and what a bunt it was. A run scores. 2 runners now in scoring position. We walked the next batter. Didn't want to face Tatis. Alex Dickerson at the plate. Really love not getting that call there on the first pitch. But this count eventually runs 2-2. Colomé versus Dickerson. Ground ball. It's through, and a run scores. Leaving the bases loaded as the Padres go up 2 runs. Up next, it's Trent Grisham. And he fouls off the cutter as this count goes 2-2. And Grisham drives the ball to right field. This is back, and the Padres get a grand slam. Opening this game up 8-2 in extra innings. The return of Slam Diego ends this game, and the Padres end up taking 2 of 3. We had our chance, and we had pitches to do something with, but we just didn't come through. Turner and France each had a pitch that I felt should have ended the game. Instead, 8-2 is your final, and we've lost 2 of our 3 series to start the season. It's still a very young season, but that's how it starts off, very back and forth. Right now, our hottest hitter is still Ty France, who leads the team in home runs. Outside of his 2 homers, we haven't seen a lot yet from Rafael Devers, but I imagine he'll be just fine. The pitching overall has been good, but there have been some bad outings for German Marquez, and we had the bad one for Andrew Heaney as well. But we're still ranked around where we've been in this series, both on offense and with the pitching. So hard to say yet where this team is in year 4, if we've made the necessary improvements, but we just started out playing very inconsistent baseball this season. We'll start to get some more progress, though, in the upcoming episodes, as we see Josh Fuentes is enjoying his time as a Marlin now with his hot start. But that's going to bring us to the end of the episode, and please leave your feedback down below. What do you think about this start for the Rockies? And what matchups would you like to see in upcoming episodes? Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel, and there's more Rockies coming your way soon. Have a great day, everybody.